Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavani Ashatya Deshatani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna, so welcome everyone. इसका इको अपने टाइम जीरो नहीं किया है उसके बाद डेट. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, so welcome everyone to our weekly Bhagavad Gita class. Thank you for coming, taking out your precious time. We'll be today discussing the wonderful pastimes of Lord Ram. As few days back there was wonderful festival of Ram Navami. So we'll hear some of the wonderful stories and the pastimes related to Lord Ram. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharatah abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam. Whenever there is decline in religion, an increase in irreligion, I appear to reestablish the principles of dharma. In this world, everybody is just working to be happy and satisfied in all conditions of life. That's the purpose of human existence in today's day and age, to be happy and satisfied. But it is so interesting that people, they don't understand, or they don't get a chance to understand what will make them really happy and satisfied. What will make them fortunate? We all want to be fortunate. Nobody says मेरे जीवन में ज़्यादा भाग्य अच्छा हो गया मेरा. We all want to be more and more fortunate. जितना भाग्य अच्छा हो, it is all the more good. Coming to spirituality, we learn how one can actually become fortunate. The so-called fortune of this world, it doesn't last long. What people call as fortune in this world, who do you call as fortunate? Bhagyashali hai bahut hi. If somebody has lots of wealth, or bas,
Fame.
अच्छा he is famous, happily married, oxymoron है वो. Sorry. You know oxymoron क्या होता है? अच्छा नहीं मालूम. गूगल करेंगे तो पता चल जाएगा आपको oxymoron क्या होता है. Two contradictory words coming together. So, yeah, people call somebody as fortunate when they have good wealth and reputation and good family, good husband, wife. But none of the things of this world, they last. Children, good children. Atma Jaya, Suta, Agar, Pashu, Dravin, Bandhu, Rajya. These are the symptoms of fortune. Healthy body, good husband or wife, children, Suta, Agar, nice house, penthouse चाहिए, एक बंगला बने न्यारा, सबको चाहिए. आत्मा जाया, सुता, आगार, पशु, big car. पशु आज के context में पशु means the vehicles. द्रविण, lots of wealth. Bandhu, nice relatives, wealthy relatives who are there to help us. And Rajya, property. और कुछ बच गया? So, scriptures, they summarize everything in one verse. This is the fortune of people. Unfortunately, Bhagavatam says, none of these last. And that is the reality of this world. Deha patya kalatradishu atma sainyashu asatsu api tesham pramatto nidanam pashyan api na pashyati. People think they are my army, they will protect me. My family, my children, husband, wife, property, wealth, they are there for my protection. But they are fallible soldiers. Pashyan api na pashyati. People are seeing but they don't see. Dekh ke andekha karte hain. They forget to find the real fortune. What will make a person fortunate in true sense? That is missing. People are looking for the broken pieces of glass thinking that that will give them happiness because it glitters. The broken pieces of glass also glitters. And the diamond also glitters. But generally, diamond is not visible so much. Broken glasses, they are everywhere. And that's why people think, if I'll get more and more of these broken glasses, I'll be happy. But Dhruv Maharaj, he says, oh my Lord, I wanted a kingdom greater than my great-grandfather Brahma. That's what he wanted. Padam Tribhuvan Utkrishtam Jigisho Sadhu Vartmame. Oh Narad Muni, Dhruva tells Narad Muni, oh Narad Muni, I want a kingdom greater than my great-grandfather Brahma. He was doing tapasya for that. Intense tapasya. And when Lord appeared in front of him, he said, oh my Lord, what I was looking for was broken pieces of glass. Kacham vichinvan api divyaratnam swamin kritarthosmi varam nayache. I don't want anything, oh my Lord, I have achieved you. That is the real fortune I have received. All the wealth of this world, all the reputation, they are temporary fortunes. Why I should run after that? And that's why Lord appears in this world. To make us really fortunate. To give us a chance to hear about His glories. That is real fortune. If somebody gets a chance to get connected to an authorized guru, he is fortunate. If somebody gets a chance to hear from him, more fortunate. If somebody gets a chance to hear repeatedly, that person is most fortunate. And just by coming in touch with Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all of us have become most fortunate. We are getting a chance to hear repeatedly the wonderful stories and the pastimes and the philosophy. Even though if we don't want to become fortunate, we are forcibly made fortunate. The devotees, they pull us. बोले आज नहीं आए प्रोग्राम में, क्या हुआ, कुछ गड़बड़ था, घर में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. People, devotees are eager to make us fortunate. कि आप भाग्यवान बन जाइए. हम सोचते नहीं आज नहीं बनेंगे भाग्यवान. So chance to hear is a great fortune. Chance to hear the pastimes of the Lord is really fortunate. So that's why Lord appears. He performs so many pastimes so that we can get attracted. We like to hear stories. We like to hear some adventure, some love stories, some horror stories, ghostly movies. We like to hear all this. The Lord comes and He performs all such pastimes. The Lord's story has some romance also, some horror scenes also, some supernatural powers also Lord displays. So that's how the Lord performs so many wonderful pastimes. And one such avatar of the Lord, Supreme Lord Krishna, Krishnastu, Bhagavan Swayam, appears in so many different forms. And one of the beautiful and very attractive forms of the Lord is the avatar of Lord Ram. Shri Ramchandra Bhagavan ki Jai. We'll begin with a prayer to Lord Ram. Please repeat. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. The names of Lord Ram, they are all auspicious, all beautiful, all wonderful. And that's how different devotees would call Lord Ram in different ways. The name of Lord Ram is glorified in various scriptures by various great devotees of the Lord. We have heard about Tulsi Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas. We have heard about Valmiki Ramayana. There are many other devotees who have written Ramayana. There is one great Acharya in South India. He has written his Ramayana called as Kamba Ramayana. So this great devotee, when he wrote his Ramayana, he wanted to get endorsement that I have written this Ramayana, please acknowledge and endorse it. So it is happening in Srirangam area. And he went to the devotees and they said, how can we acknowledge and endorse? You should take permission and blessings of the great acharyas. There were 3,000 great acharyas. They were called as Shiva Acharya. And these devotees, they told, you should get the blessings and acknowledgement of all these great people. Then we'll accept that your Ramayana is bona fide. So this Kamba, what he had done, he had mentioned the pastimes of Nrsimhadev also in his Ramayana. So these devotees, they were apprehensive. How come Nrsimhadev appeared in Ramayana? You get endorsement from these people, then only we'll accept. So where to find all these 3,000 people? He was searching them, he was not able to find. Somehow one day, one of these Shivacharya, his son, he was just 5 years old. He died. And then all the people came for, all the 3,000 were there for cremation of this small child. This Kamba, he reached crematorium. And he told all these people, I want to recite Ramayana. So they said, is this the time to recite Ramayana? No, I want to recite Ramayana. Ramayana is all merciful and all powerful. Please recite, let me recite. What will happen by your Ramayana? Can this Ramayana bring this dead child back? They challenged him. And out of his ecstasy, he said yes. So they also got a little curious. They said, okay, start reciting. And as he started reciting his Ramayana, he came to a point where Lakshman is bound by the Nagpash of Indrajit. And all the monkeys they call Garuda. And as he's chanting this mantra of Garuda, the mantras were so powerful. What had happened was this small child was bitten by a snake and he had died. So just by chanting these mantras to please Garudji, this child came back to life. He sat back. And all these 3,000 people, they were surprised. And they said, we all acknowledge your Ramayana. You go. Your Ramayana is bona fide. So then one mission is accomplished. And then second thing they had said, why you have mentioned Narsimhadev in your Ramayana? You get permission and blessings of Narsimhadev also. So he went and he sat in one of the temples of Narsimhadev in Srirangam. Today also that temple is there. And the place is there where this devotee sat. And he started reciting Ramayana. And when he came to the point where he had mentioned Narsimhadev, the deity of Narsimhadev, it is metal deity, the deity raised his hand and said, okay. And everybody was surprised and shocked. And that deity is still there with his hand raised. So that's how one of the wonderful Ramayana is Kamba Ramayana. So many devotees have written so many pastimes of the Lord. So this Ramayana is all attractive. Full of wonderful pastimes, full of various moods, various rasa. And we all know the story. We have heard these stories hundreds of times. But we never get bored. How many of you have read a newspaper which is 2 days old? आज का नहीं आया, 2 दिन पहले वाला पढ़ लेते हैं ना, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Nobody will read that. एक दिन पुराना हो गया उसको डस्टबिन. But the pastimes of Lord, they are all ever fresh. Nitya Nava Navayaman. Nobody gets bored when the stories of the Lord are recited. Of course, we get sleepy sometimes, that is natural. But that is also, coming from Lord Ram's pastime only. You know that, no? नहीं मालूम? अरे ऐसा कैसा? When Lord Ram killed Kumbhakarna, so Nidra Devi came and said, "Oh Lord, you had so many devotees, I had only one. And you killed him also. Now where will I go?" Lord Ram said, "Don't worry. In future, wherever Ram Katha, Bhagavad Katha is going on, go there. You will find many customers, many audience." So it is natural, यहाँ से तो अच्छा दिखता है पूरा. View is good here. थोड़ा raised है ना, सब दिखता है. Devotees are in different positions sometimes. कुछ लोग ऐसा. So the pastimes of Lord Ram are all attractive. Lord Ram, as he was banished to forest for 14 years, because Kaikeyi, he asked for those 2 boons, as she was poisoned by Manthara. That whole story describes the power of association. Kaikeyi loved Ram more than Bharat. But because of the association of this vicious lady, Manthara, she became contaminated. She sent Ram to forest for 14 years. And as Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they are in the forest, Bharat, he returns back. And he is finding this entire city of Ayodhya completely in desolate condition. Nobody is smiling, nobody is happy. It looked as if the deities in the temples are also crying. Everybody was blaming Bharat. He had to convince everyone in the kingdom that he is not the culprit. Even Kaushalya was thinking that Bharat is the cause. Even Vashishta was thinking. Even Bharadwaj Rishi was thinking. Even Guha, Nishadaraj Guha, he thought Bharat is the cause. He had to convince everyone. Such a great pain for Bharat, who loved Ram more than his own life. And he had to hear all these words blaming him. Ultimately he says, I will go to forest and bring Lord Ram. As Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they are in the forest. They have no slippers. Barefoot they are walking. There are some thorns in the feet of Lord Ram. And Lakshman, he is telling, oh Lord, please allow me to remove these thorns. They are troubling you, hurting you. No. It's okay. Sita is telling, still he is not allowing. After repeatedly asking, Lord Ram said, how can I allow these thorns to be out of my feet? They have taken shelter of my feet. Anybody who takes shelter of my feet and tells even once, I am yours, O my Lord, I never reject him, whoever they may be, even if they trouble me. And sometimes the devotees, they trouble the Lord also. But Lord never leaves them. Just like children, they trouble the parents. But parents, they never reject the child. That's how Lord is. He is always ready to forgive all the people. Because Lord Ram, he had taken a vow. It comes in Vibhishana Sharanagati. When Vibhishan came to surrender, everybody was saying, don't take him. He is the brother of Ravan, he is a demon. He has left his brother, maybe he will reject us also, he'll cheat us also. And maybe he is a spy of Ravan. आजकल spies की story बहुत famous हो रही है ना. So maybe he will cheat us also. He has come to spy on us. He will go and tell all the secrets to Ravan. What will we do? Lord Ram says, O Sugriva, what to speak of Vibhishan? Even if Ravan comes and tells, I am surrendering to you, I'll give him also shelter. Sugriva says, no, you don't know, the army of Ravan is so big. Pishachan Danavan Yakshan Prithivyam Chaiva Rakshasan Angulyagrena Tanhanta Michan Hari Ganishwara. Lord Ram says, what to speak of the army of Ravan? Let all the demons, all the Pishach, Danava, Yaksha, Rakshasa, everybody come. Prithivyam Chaiva, Puri Prithvi ke jitne sab aa jaye. Anguli Agrena Hantan, I can crush them with the tip of my thumb. That is my power. What are you thinking about? This small Ravan I killed. I have that power, don't worry. And I can never reject anybody because I have taken a vow. What is the vow I have taken? Please repeat. Sakriteva prapannoya tavasmi tichayashate abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etadvratam mama. Lord Ram says, Sakrit, even once, if somebody comes and says, Tava asmi iti, O Lord, I am yours. Ek baar bas, with all genuine heart, and he expresses and he shows in his actions that he is or she is actually ready to surrender. His words and actions should match. बोल के खाली बोल दिया ना, आपने बोला एक बार बोलो. After that, what we do, that also matters. Tavasmi iti means after that I am ready to do whatever you say. When you surrender means you are ready to follow whatever is told to you. Tavasmi iti. Lord Ram says, Abhayam, I give him fearlessness. Sarvada, in all situations. ऐसा नहीं कि आज दूंगा कल नहीं है, कुछ गारंटी कल का. सर्वदा, all situations. Dadami etat vratam. It is my vrata. Bharat, he goes to forest to get Lord Ram back. He builds a huge highway road. He takes all the soldiers, all the army, chariots, elephant, all the queens, mothers, Kaikai, Kaushalya, Sumitra, everybody is there walking towards Chitrakoot. And Lakshman, he sees that at a distance, the dust is rising in the sky. That means some big army is coming, it seems. He climbs a tall tree and he sees a huge army. And in midst of that army, he sees a chariot. And that chariot has a flag, particular flag. And seeing that flag, Lakshman understood. This is the flag of Bharat. He became so angry. He said, Bharat is not satisfied sending Lord Ram to forest. Now he is coming to kill him. Today I will kill Bharat and entire army of Ayodhya. Lord Ram says, नीचे उतरो. तो ऐसे नहीं बोले होंगे. Lord Ram says, Lakshman, you are not understanding the mood of Bharat. You know why Bharat is coming? Bharat is coming to take me back. You are doubting Bharat? You want to get the kingdom? He said, no, Lord Ram, I was not having that intention. I can make you the king and Bharat will happily give you the kingdom. Our acharyas, they describe that because Lakshman misunderstood Bharat, it has to come back. That's why Lakshman was misunderstood by Mother Sita. So we have to be careful about judging people. When we judge people, for sure we will also be judged, whoever we may be. Even Lakshman is judged. Because he judged Bharat, he was also judged by Sita. She started saying, when Ravana came and sent this Maricha, and they heard the voice of Maricha, which was in the voice of Ram. Oh Sita, oh Lakshman, please help me. And Sita says, Lakshman, please go. Lord Ram is in danger. Oh mother, nothing can happen to Ram. He is a supreme Lord. No, please go. He is really in danger. He needs your help. He has told me not to leave you. Now I understood why you have come here with us. This is after 14 years of seva. Without sleeping, without eating. कैसा लगेगा? If in a festival, after all the seva, if somebody says, मालूम था आप क्यों सेवा कर रहे हैं, आप सब महाप्रसाद चुरा के लेके जा रहे हैं लग रहा है. हाँ, बोले ये रखो आपका महाप्रसाद, आपकी सेवा आप ही करो. I am leaving. So Lakshman, after 14 years of seva, he didn't say पति पत्नी के झगड़े के बीच में मैं क्यों फंसूं. I am going. आप संभालो अपना. He understood Mother Sita is in pain. And because Mother Sita, she had loved Ram like son for so many years, he accepted and tolerated it. But because Lakshman judged Bharat, he was also judged. And just before and then after this, Bharat, he came. He was trying to convince Ram in so many ways. And he knew it is not one person's job. That's why he had brought entire army. All the seniors, all the sages, Vashishta was there, Kaushalya, Kaikai, all the great rishis, everybody was trying to convince Ram. But who can convince the Lord against his desire? He said, I can't disobey the words of my father. Bharat said, I will stay in the forest. You go to Ayodhya and rule. I will take this instruction on my head. No. Ultimately, Bharat, he brought he had brought one pair of sandals, paduka. Oh my Lord, please place your lotus feet in these padukas and I'll rule the kingdom on behalf of these paduka. I'll place them on the throne of Ayodhya. That's how Bharat, he ruled Ayodhya for 14 years. Staying outside Ayodhya in a small village called as Nandigram. This year we are going to Ayodhya in Kartik. So we'll be going to so many places also. And he also matted his hair. He understood Lord Ram will be staying and sleeping on the ground. I don't want to be on the same level as Ram. He dug a hole in the ground and he was sleeping below. What he was eating? Lord Ram will be eating roots and fruits from the forest. I don't deserve that also. He would eat barley soaked in cow urine every day. That was his food. He was feeling himself so inauspicious that even before the sunrise, he would go and take bath in Saryu and come back, so that none of the citizens had to see his face. And doing all this, he was ruling the kingdom nicely. When Lord Ram came, it is described that the treasury of Ayodhya had increased 10 times. That was the efficiency of Bharat. Taking the responsibility without taking the benefits of the position. Ultimately, now Ram, Lakshman, Sita, they are in Chitrakoot for some time. Then they were traveling to so many places because in Chitrakoot everybody came to know Lord Ram is here. They didn't want to get disturbed. They started traveling. They went to so many places. 13 years they spent traveling. They practically traveled entire India. They traveled to Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, everywhere, even Bengal. And then ultimately they came to Nasik and stayed in Panchavati. 13 years are gone. Only 1 year is remaining. And that 1 year was an eventful year. Everything happened in the last year. So what Lord has planned for us, nobody knows. It seemed as if सब ठीक ठाक हो गया और अंत में ही गड़बड़ हो जाता है. हुआ है किसी के साथ ऐसा? सब कुछ ठीक ठाक चल रहा था, अभी लगा अब तो सब होने ही वाला है प्रभु जी, सब डन था, अचानक समवेयर पता नहीं कैसे आ गया ये. Lord has a different plan. And He is expert in giving surprises. We like to give surprises. Lord also gives us surprises. But His surprises are the good ones. They bring us to the next level of Krishna consciousness. As they were staying in the forest, a demoness came. Her name was Shurpanakha. Shurpanakha means Nakha, the nails of this lady was like Shurpa, like soup. Soup aisa. All the curved, distorted nails. She was the most ugly looking demoness. Rakshasiyon mein se bhi sabse kurup. When she came and she saw the beauty of Ram, she became completely overwhelmed by lust. And she wanted to propose to Lord Ram. And she disguised herself as a most beautiful lady. And it was looking as if she was the best and the most beautiful woman in the entire universe. That's how beautiful she was. But unfortunately, what had happened was, as she came in front of Lord Ram, she lost herself and she forgot to maintain her disguise. She came in her original form. And in that form, ugly form, she is telling Ram that you are so handsome and I am so beautiful. And Lakshman is laughing. And Ram is smiling, trying to hide his smile, controlling his laughter. And Valmiki Muni describes in detail the difference between Ram and Shurpanakha. सुमुखम दुर्मुखी, ये सुमुख है, ये पूरी दुर्मुखी है, ugly. Vrittam madhyam mahodari, and Lord Ram has a very thin, beautiful waist, and she is mahodari, Mahaudar, the moti hai, very big. Vishalaksha Virupakshi, Ram has beautiful big eyes, and she has all distorted, sunken eyes like well, सूखा हुआ कुआं. Vishalaksha Virupakshi, Sukesham Tamra Murdhaja, and Lord Ram had beautiful black hair, very fine, and she has, you know what type of hair? आजकल का फैशन, ताम्र मूर्धजा, golden hair, brown wale. If somebody, you see somebody like this, ये वो वाला हेयर स्टाइल, उसको नाम देना चाहिए शुरूपणा का स्टाइल. प्रिय रूपम विरूपासा सुस्वरम भैरवस्वना. She was ugly, and Ram is most beautiful to look at. The voice of Ram was very very beautiful, and इनकी आवाज कैसी, भैरवस्वना, फटे हुए बांस की जैसी, very hoarse voice. Tarunam Daruna Vriddha. Lord Ram is youthful and she is a old lady. Anyways, ज़्यादा हो गया ना, ज़्यादा नहीं बताएंगे, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So that's how she was looking, and Lord Ram, he is trying to hide his smile and laughter, and ultimately, as she proposes to Ram, Ram says, "Look, I have taken a vow of ek patni vrata." And Lakshman is alone. You go and propose to him, and she's so shameless. She shamelessly goes and proposes to Lakshman. You are so beautiful. Same dialogue. And I am so handsome, beautiful. You are so handsome. I am so beautiful. We'll marry and we'll enjoy in this forest. Lakshman says, "Look, I am servant of Ram. If you become my wife, you will become servant of Sita." It is not a good proposal, right? You are such a beautiful lady. He is also making fun. उसको पता नहीं चल रहा है, दोनों मिलके मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं इनका. You are only entitled to become wife of Ram. You are the only one qualified. Please go to him. And she again goes to him. And there's lots of these things happen, and then ultimately Lakshman, he does ENT surgery. And then she's crying, she's shouting, and then she goes to Khara and Dushan. And then ultimately Khara Dushan comes with 14,000 soldiers. They all are massacred by Ram in few moments. It is described, Lord Ram didn't have even a bead of sweat on his forehead, even after killing all these soldiers, all these Rakshasas. Ultimately, one of that soldier remained. His name was Akampan. But he was trembling. He ran and informed Ravan, "Oh Ravan, your sovereignty is in question. There are two human beings. They are challenging your authority. They have killed Kharadushan." And Ravan, he became excited and he said, "Acha, I will take the revenge." He goes to Marich. "Marich, you have to help me." What should I do? "You have to help me in getting Sita." And Hanuman also told that this Ram, Lakshman, they have a beautiful wife, and you are the only person who is supposed to be her husband. Marich said, "Whoever has given you this advice, he is your biggest enemy. I know who is Ram. Now, whenever I hear the word Ra, I start trembling. I have taken complete sannyas from all the fighting, because last time when I fought with Ram, he shot an arrow and threw me 100 yojan. From that time onwards, I have taken complete sannyas. I am doing bhajan here. Out of fear of Ram, you go back, you enjoy with your wives. Otherwise, you will destroy your entire dynasty. You don't know the power of Ram. So this time Ravan listens. He says, okay. He goes back. And then who comes? Shurpanakha. And she knows how to incite her brother. Same family, na? She is overwhelmed by lust. So she knows my bhai is no less. He is also my brother only. She starts describing beauty of Sita. And she says, oh brother, I went to get Sita for you. क्या कर रही, क्या बोल रही, किसके लिए गई थी वो? And Sita is the most beautiful lady in this entire creation. And you are the only one who is the good husband for her. And then as she is describing the beauty, Ravan becomes more and more overwhelmed by lust. Again goes to Marich. Marich, you have to help me. If you don't help me, I will kill you. So Marich says, अब मरना तो है, या तो राम जी के हाथ से मरेंगे या तो रावण के हाथ से मरेंगे. So he thought better to be killed by Ram. Which is better? To be killed by Ram or to be killed by Ravan? To be killed by Ram? How many of you feel? सबको राम के हाथों से मरना है. अच्छा ठीक है. Now just consider the scenario what happened to Jatayu. Just a minute. Okay. What happened to Jatayu? He was killed by Ravan. Now अभी क्या चाहिए आपको? To be killed by Ram or to killed by Jatayu or by Ravan? अभी कितने लोग हैं? रावण के हाथ से मरेंगे. अभी भी राम के हाथ से मरना है. राम जी की सेवा करके मरेंगे या रावण की सेवा करके मरेंगे? Now the question is different. So in all our life situations, we should always have this one question: किसकी सेवा करनी है? Because serving Ravan like people, it may look more attractive. At least I'll get some material benefits. Moksha तो मिलेगा. Moksha is still material only, because there is material desire. I want freedom. So that's how we have to understand the difference between what I want. Do I want seva and trouble Lord, or do I want to please the Lord and get some troubles? Which is better? That is the question. तोमार सेवाया दुखा है जाता से हो तो परमा सुखा. सेवा सुख दुख परमा संपदा नाशाय अविद्या दुखा. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes this beautiful bhajan. He says, oh my Lord, तोमार सेवाया दुखा होए, all the troubles I am going through in your seva, से हो तो परम सुख. They are my greatest happiness. Because seva, sukha, dukkha, the dukkha I am experiencing in the seva, they are my greatest treasure because they destroy the ignorance. When we come together and serve, there are some troubles always, some disturbances always, some difficulties will be there. But if we don't take that difficulty, then we'll serve Ravan. So we should always have this understanding. What do we want? Because serving Lord Ram may be very troublesome thing. Jatayu, he really struggled. He really gave up. He practically gave up his life. But what he achieved? He achieved the supreme abode, Vaikuntha. Lord Ram, he said that I didn't suffer, I didn't feel the pain, as much pain when my father died. I didn't feel so much pain when Sita was separated from me. I am feeling such intense pain seeing my great devotee Jatayu leaving me. He died in front of me. And he told Jatayu, today I am sending you to Vaikuntha. So what greater benefit can be? So we have to understand, serving the Lord will always be little troublesome. But that gives the greatest treasure. That gives the greatest satisfaction. Because if you want really satisfaction, we have to understand what really gives satisfaction. The things of this world, they don't give satisfaction. The pleasures of this world, they are temporary. If we really want to be happy and satisfied in the permanent way, try to serve the Lord. And that is what this whole story of Ramayana says. All the characters of Ramayana, they are only telling one thing. Give up your personal comfort to serve Ram. And that's the way they also became happy and satisfied. Prosperity, it is the general criteria for working in this world. Everybody wants wealth. I asked this question earlier also, it seems. Ayodhya Vasi were also prosperous. Lanka Vasis were also prosperous. What was the difference? They also had all the wealth. Ayodhya also had all the wealth. What was the difference? Rakshas the the. Okay, they were serving Ram, they were serving Ravan. What else? Haji? Satisfaction was not there. That is the main difference. Lanka Vasis were never satisfied. Ravan was never satisfied with all the wealth he had. He had Sone ki Lanka. He had best of the wealth, best of the wives, best of the people. Still he was not satisfied. Ayodhya Vasis, they had Ram. They were also prosperous, but because they had Ram, they were satisfied. So that's what we have to understand. How we want satisfaction. By becoming like all the people of Lanka, materialists, or become like Ayodhya Vasis. So that is the journey. In our side we have a dark side also and the good side. As they say, there is good dog and bad dog in everyone. Jackal and Mr. Hyde. But it is there. Everybody of us have this. Our lower nature and our divine side. It depends on what we are feeding on. What are we giving to our soul? If we are making our good dog strong or our brighter divine side strong by connecting to Lord Ram, then we'll be able to overcome temptations. So that is very, very important to understand. Shurpanakha, as she excited Ravan, he went and ultimately Marich, he said, okay, I am ready to be killed by Ram. He goes, disguises himself as a golden deer. And Mother Sita, she is with Ram, the source of all pleasure, the Supreme Lord. And she sees a golden deer moving around in the vicinity of their ashram. And she tells Ram, I want that deer. Ram says, this looks little deceptive. It is not looking like ordinary deer. Maybe he is not a deer. No, Lord Ram, I want this deer. So very beautiful, just see. And Ramayana describes, many verses describe this deer. This deer had a black tail. He had various rainbow colored spots, golden skin. He was jumping in the sky and purposefully moving around. And Sita says, oh Lord, I have never asked you anything. Can you please get this one for me? We will take this deer to Ayodhya. Anyways, our exile is going to end. And we will put this deer in the garden of our palace. Ram says, this is not deer. No, Lord Ram, you don't understand. This is a very wonderful deer. अरे बाबा मैंने बनाया, ऐसा बनाया नहीं है इसमें.
Out of the horse.
84 लाख में है ही नहीं. No, आप भूल गए लगता है. बनाया होगा. Even if Lord says that, when we get distracted, then it is a way to destruction. That is what happens when we are chanting, being with devotees, and some of our friends come and say, नया मूवी निकला है, चलो देख के आते हैं. माला बची है. अरे माला तो होती रहेगी. माला कहाँ जाने वाली है. आके कर लीजिएगा. आके क्या 10 बज गए हैं, कोई बात नहीं, कल करिएगा. कल बिजी डे, परसों करिएगा. So that's how our mind is. That's how our people are. They keep on tempting us. Now don't give time to Ram. Ram तो इधर ही रहने वाले. Ram कहाँ जाएंगे? One of the great acharyas, Vedanta Desikan, he compares this whole story with our story. He says, Mother Sita, she is representing all of us. A living entity who is trying to serve Ram, serve God. And this deer, that is the sense objects. Very tempting. This world is very tempting, full of glamour, very attractive, and we all get tempted. Unless we are purified souls, we all get tempted. One time, the devotees, Prabhupada was in Mexico. And the devotees, they brought Miss Mexico to meet with Prabhupada. PR activity. So as Miss Mexico came and she is meeting devotees and they are showing her many things in the temple, and then after moving around she comes back to Prabhupada and says, Swamiji, I am so very happy to be here. Regular apna uska dialogue. I am so very happy to be here. I am so very glad. I'll come again. Prabhupada said, why will you come again? She had never heard this question. Why will you come? She had no answers. She was shocked. Why will you come again? Are you interested in spirituality? She said, no, Swamiji. Then why will you come again? Do you want to chant? No, Swamiji. Then why will you come again? You know what is the purpose of your life? No, Swamiji. Sit down. And Prabhupada gave her half an hour lecture. You are not this body, you are soul, and pura Bhagavad Gita. Pure, unalloyed, concentrated dose. And she said, Swamiji, thank you. Now I understand why I'll come again. So pure devotees, they don't get attracted by the glamour. But ordinary souls, they get attracted by the glamour. And that's what happened. That's Sita, she's representing. She's a internal energy of the Lord. Just to give a lesson, Vedanta Desikan, he is speaking this. And then she says, Ram, please go. So Lord Ram thinks that, she never asked anything to me, so let me fulfill this one desire. He tells Lakshman, I am going to catch this deer either dead or alive. You please be here. Don't leave this place. I suspect that the demons are around. They are trying to do some mischief. Be careful. Never leave Sita. And Lakshman and Ram goes behind. And this Maricha started jumping, leaping in the air, running very quickly. And Ram is running behind. He's trying to catch this deer alive because that's what Sita wanted. After taking Lord Ram for a long distance, Ram understood that he is a demon and I have to kill him. And he took out his bow and arrow and he shot his arrow. And as this arrow hit the heart of this deer, Maricha, he came in his original form, a big, very, very big demon. And he shouted loudly in the voice of Ram, Oh Sita, oh Lakshman, please save me, help me. And it was so loud, Sita could hear. And Sita told Lakshman, please go, Ram is in danger. He needs your help. Lakshman says, Mother Sita, you don't know who is Ram. He is Supreme Lord, nothing can happen to him. No, you heard this voice. Ram is in danger, please go. Nothing can happen to Lord Ram, O mother, please don't worry. Now I understood why you have come here. For 14 years you were looking for this chance, you wanted to enjoy with me. And these were like sharp arrows entering the ears of Lakshman. Lakshman had never seen Sita above her feet. When Mother Sita was kidnapped, Ram, Lakshman are searching for Sita. At one place they find what Mother Sita had done. As she is in the sky on the chariot of Ravana, she took out some of her ornaments and threw it in the ground in a small bag, thinking that Ram will find this and he will get the way. And as they are moving around in the forest, they meet Hanumanji, they meet Sugriv, and Sugriv shows them these ornaments. Lord Ram, he shows this to Lakshman. Lakshman, can you recognize these bangles? He said, no. Can you recognize this necklace? No. Can you recognize this, mang tika? No. I only recognize one thing. Naham janami ke yure, naham janami kundale, nupuro ami janami nityapada bhivandanat. I only recognize the pile. Because that's what I would see every morning. I would take darshan and I would touch the feet of Sita Devi. And that Sita Devi is blaming. So Lakshman ultimately, he is judged. But he didn't give up. Because Mother Sita had invested a lot. She had given lots of motherly love. So if we want to chastise and correct somebody, we should have this investment also first. Without investment, we cannot withdraw. Bank balance zero और withdraw करने के लिए check डाल रहे हैं. So if you want to correct somebody, you should first invest in them. Try to serve them or give them some gifts or try to develop relation. Then only we can chastise. So we should know when to give feedback, how to give feedback. There's an art of giving feedback. When somebody does a mistake, when to correct, how to correct. Just like imagine after the prasad, after this class, devotees are standing in line and one devotee, he takes 3-4 sweets. अगर Sunday feast है, मतलब feast है, पूरी भाजी, पनीर की सब्जी, पकोड़ा, 4-5 गुलाब जामुन, सुनने में अच्छा लगता है नहीं? So इसको बोलते हैं श्रुति सुख. आज तो एकादशी है, सॉरी एकादशी पिज्जा. अपने इसका में सब ऑल्टरनेटिव अवेलेबल है. सोच के खुश हो जाइए, एकादशी वाला खा रहे हैं हम. So this devotee is coming with a big plate full of महाप्रसाद, एकादशी. And दूसरा बोला कितना खा रहा है, एकादशी को इतना कोई खाता है? You are doing अत्याहार. बोला है टंग कंट्रोल करना चाहिए. Devotee should be sense control. Is it the right time to give feedback? Let him take प्रसाद. प्रसाद के बाद हाथ धो लेगा, तब बोलो जितना बोलना है. सब डाइजेस्ट होता है उसके बाद. So we should know when to give feedback, how to give feedback, when, where. Am I the right person? So Lakshman ultimately he goes. And then as Ram he killed Maricha, he understood that something must have happened. As Lakshman leaves this place, Ravan was waiting for this opportunity. He disguised himself as a Brahman. And he comes there. And he started glorifying the beauty of Mother Sita as a sannyasi. And Mother Sita, she is little apprehensive. How is that? Sannyasi is glorifying a lady's beauty. But she was fearful that I should not say anything because he is Brahmana, he may curse me. She allowed this to happen. But then Ravan became more and more impatient. And he said that I am Ravan. I am the most powerful demon. I have defeated Indra. He started glorifying himself. And you become my queen, I'll make you my chief Patarani. You will enjoy all the kingdom of my Lanka. And Mother Sita, she said. And Ravan said, who is this Ram? He is an ordinary human being. I am a Rakshasa. That is a glorification. Rakshasa mein. Ram. By the way, human species are very low species, you know. Rakshasas and Yakshas, they are higher in hierarchy than human beings. Because they have more powers. So Mother Sita, she says, who are you in comparison to Ram? Ram is like Garuda, you are like a crow. Ram is like Sumeru mountain, you are like a small pebble in front of him. So she says so many things and Ravan becomes so very angry. And ultimately, he forcibly drags her on his chariot. As they are in the air, Sita is shouting, crying for help. And hearing her cries, there was one big bird, vulture. He was sleeping. He was a very old bird. His name was Jatayu. He was a dear friend of Dashrath. Jatayu had met Ram, Lakshman, Sita before also in the forest. And he knew that, oh, all of you are in the forest. I'm so very happy to see the son of Dashrath Maharaj. He is my dear friend. And he understood that Sita is there. And Mother Sita, she told Jatayu, oh great Jatayu, you please don't fight with Ravan. He is very powerful. He was young. He had all the weapons. He had a chariot. He had a chariot driver. And what Jatayu had? Only his claws. On top of that, he was an old person. Old vulture. Sita said, please don't fight with him. Your only service is, when Lord comes, you just inform him that Ravan took me in this direction. Now if Jatayu would have followed this, nobody would have blamed him. You know, कि भाई क्यों कर रहे हैं, आपको बचाना चाहिए था, ऐसा खड़े खड़े देखते रह गए आप. It was genuine, but that is the mood of a devotee. When seva comes, a devotee does more than what he can. That is a devotee. Some devotees, some people, जितना सेवा है, क्यों सेवा दे रहे हैं पता नहीं, उनको क्यों नहीं देते हैं सेवा, मेरे को ही हमेशा सेवा मिल जाती है. After all, what are we asking when we are chanting? Oh Srimati Radha Rani, please engage me in service. सेवा दो, सेवा दो, सेवा दो, सेवा दो, सेवा दो. 2 घंटा सेवा मांगते हैं और सेवाएं तो मुझे नहीं उसको दो, मुझे ही क्यों सेवा मिलती है? Because you are doing seva in right consciousness. Reward of service is more service. So that is the wonderful devotee. He likes to do more. That was Hanuman. What was the service given to Hanuman? Just find Sita and come back. He thought थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा करके आते हैं ना. और what थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा? He burned the entire Lanka. And then he went to Ravan also. He said, Ravan, just see what one insignificant messenger of Ram has done. And there are millions of soldiers in the army of Ram, more powerful than me. Mad Vishishtasta Sulyascha. He says, oh, he tells to Mother Sita, you know, in the army of Ram, everybody is greater than me or equal to me. I am the smallest. That is the humility of Hanumanji. So that's how a great servant is. He likes to serve more than what he is told to do. Jatayu, he started fighting with all his power. With his beak and with his claws. He tore apart the chariot of Ravan. He killed the chariot driver of Ravan. He started destroying and killing the horses, mules. Sorry, horses नहीं थे, गधे थे उसमें. The donkeys were driving this chariot. And Ravana, in the beginning, he was not fighting with his full force because he was thinking, hey, he's an old bird. But this Jatayu was very powerful, even though he was old. He started attacking and plucking out the flesh from Ravana's back with his beak. And Ravan became really angry then. He took out his famous sword, Chandrahas, and he cut off the wings of Jatayu. He cut off the legs of Jatayu also. And then Jatayu, helplessly in great pain, he fell down. Mother Sita, she was crying, praying for him. And then Ravan went away. And then Lord Ram came searching. And then when he came to this place where Jatayu was lying down in blood, Lord Ram thought Jatayu is the one who has devoured my Sita. He took out his bow and arrow about to kill Jatayu. And then Jatayu in his very weak voice said, "Oh Lord Ram, I am Jatayu." Ram could not recognize that he is Jatayu. And then Ram immediately threw his bow arrow and embraced Jatayu, put him on his lap. And then ultimately he did, after Jatayu left this body in the lap of Ram, Lord Ram did the last rites of Jatayu. He could not do the last rite for his father. So that's how the story of Ramayana goes on. It looks like a very, very tragic story, but this whole story describes the commitment of the devotees to serve the Lord, whatever may happen. And in the end, the devotee becomes glorious. He is benefited the most. Should we end? Continue. 8:35 हो गए. Okay, थोड़ा और बताता हूँ. एक दो स्टोरी और बोलते हैं. And then we'll stop. We'll stop at 8:45 or something. Now, Lord Ram, he's searching for Sita. He meets with Hanumanji. Ultimately, they make friends. And Vali was killed. And Sugriva, he dispatches soldiers in all the 4 directions to find Mother Sita. And he gives all the soldiers, all his monkey soldiers, the exact map. Pura Google map tha unke paas. You go to the north, you will find this mountain. You cross this mountain, you will find this river and then ocean. You go to west, you east and south. And Lord Ram is thinking, yaar, tumne bahut geography padhai lagta hai. How do you know all these details? He said, "Oh Lord, what to tell you? When this Vali was chasing me to kill me, I was running all over the universe. That's how I memorized all the map. Because I had to save my life. I knew where to hide. I didn't know that will become my treasure. In our difficult situations, we should never blame why this is happening. We should try to understand there must be a plan of the Lord. What Lord wants me to learn in this situation?" And all the 3 parties, north, east, west, they came back. Only one party didn't return. That party had Hanumanji, Angad, Jamwan, all the great warriors. This Dveda, Gorilla, Angad, all these were there. And Lord Ram had given his ring to Hanumanji because he knew only Hanuman can find Sita. They reached all the way to the southern point, Rameshwaram. And now there is nothing to go ahead. There is ocean ahead. Where to go? They thought, there is no point going back. If we'll go back, Sugriva will kill us. And if we go ahead, where to go? No, there is no place to go. So what we should do? We should fast and leave our body here only. There was one vulture sitting at the top of a mountain. and he's seeing all these monkeys. So these monkeys, they are discussing and they say, you know what we should do? We should discuss the Ramayana and then that's how we should leave our body. So they came to the point where they described Jatayu. This Jatayu was such a great vulture, great bird. He gave up his life to serve Ram. As this bird heard Jatayu, he came down. He said, "You talking about Jatayu? What happened to him?" "I am the brother of Jatayu. My name is Sampati." And you know what happened? This Sampati, when he was young, one time Jatayu and Sampati, they had a competition to touch Surya. And as they were going near Surya Dev, Jatayu, he started feeling that heat and his body started burning. What Sampati did, he covered Jatayu with his wings to protect him. And in that, Sampati's wings were burnt. So Sampati says, since then, I am just lying here. What happened to Jatayu? So they told what happened. Jatayu left his body because he was trying to rescue Mother Sita. Sampati said, I had seen Ravan. He was taking Sita. And you know what happened? As I was hearing the names of Lord Ram, Sampati tells the power of Ram Nam. As I was hearing Ram Nam, my wings, they started growing. Can you please chant more of Lord Ram's name? So all the monkeys, they started chanting loudly, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. They all started chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. And Sampati, his wings grew back. He flew in the air and he could see entire Lanka. He could see Sita in Ashok Vatika. He came down and told everything. Now who will cross Lanka? That's where all the monkeys, they are thinking what to do. And then ultimately, Hanumanji, he could go. He gave that ring and burnt Lanka, came back. And in the end, I'll end with this. When Hanumanji came back, he had to give this news to Ram कि Sita mil gayi. He's so sensitive. He's thinking, if I'll tell Sita. So Ram is thinking, क्या हुआ? मिली नहीं मिली, क्या हो गया? If I'll tell I found Sita. That is the ideal way of speaking. He said, I क्या? मिली नहीं मिली. What happened? So the first word he said is मिल गई Sita मुझे. Grammatically it is not right, but that's the mood of Hanumanji. And Lord Ram was so pleased. He said, Hanumanji, I have nothing to give you. So therefore, I am giving you myself. And saying like this, he embraced Hanumanji. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. What else we need? So that's how this wonderful story of Ramayana describes how so many great devotees, they have sacrificed their life. Srila Prabhupada has sacrificed his life so that we all can get this wonderful knowledge of Krishna consciousness. So in these auspicious days, we should pray to the Lord so that we can also become very dedicated in serving Lord. In spite of all the difficulties, never give up chanting the names of the Lord. And we will also experience the embrace of the Lord one day. Shri Ramchandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Ji ki Jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll have a few minutes of Kirtan.